I want to answer the question, is red meat actually good for you or bad for you? Now, if you watch the news or you read the news or you're on the internet, you're going to hear that it is very bad for you. It's going to cause cancer. It's going to cause diabetes. It's going to give you a heart attack, okay? Because there's studies that show that, right? Well, the next time someone tells you that, or you hear that, or you see that in some article, follow up and either ask the person, what was the study you're referring to? Or even if they actually do an article, pull the string and actually read the actual study. Because what you're going to find out, it will be something called an observational study, okay? That's based on a questionnaire. So it's like asking a large group of people over the last 5 years what they ate. And first of all, how do you know if it's the red meat that's causing the cancer and not all the other foods that they're eating, okay? So it's actually ridiculous. It's not even a good study to do to prove anything, okay? And also, they will never do studies on grass-fed red meat, okay, or organic red meat. It's always going to be probably on some processed meat, and they're not going to differentiate this, because if they did, they would find that consuming organic grass-fed red meat does not cause cancer, diabetes, or heart problems, so they won't do that study. So the truth is that studies don't show this link, okay? Now, it is true that there are certain toxins or toxicity when you overly cook red meat or other meat, okay? But if you don't overly cook your meat and you don't deep fry it, and you're doing it medium rare or rare, you're going to be in much better shape. Also, if you add mustard to that hamburger or meat, or garlic or rosemary or pepper, basil, oregano, and other herbs, you're going to greatly minimize that toxic effect, okay? That being said, I want to switch over to another situation in which red meat would be a problem, and that is this. If you have too much iron, okay? Too much iron is very, very toxic to your body. So I would highly recommend the next time you're at your doctor's office, have them test iron, because if it's too high, it can be very dangerous. Also, if it's too low, it's very, very dangerous, because iron is a strong oxidant, so it oxidates things. It kind of rusts things out. It can affect the heart. It can affect the brain. It can affect the liver and cause cirrhosis. It can even cause cancer. Now, the problem with iron is your body has a real hard time getting rid of iron. Now, if you're a woman and you're menstruating, you're going to be able to get rid of it every month. But if you're a guy or you're postmenopausal, you're going to tend to hold on to that iron. And it could be a problem. Now, there are certain genetic problems that even make it worse, like this one, hemochromatosis, beta thalassemia, and sickle cell, in which case donating blood might be a really good idea, because you can actually get rid of the excess iron and you're going to feel a lot better. Now, I put a link down below of a video that I did to show the symptoms of iron overload and what you should do. But one of the remedies would be EDTA. This is a chelator, and this can pull out iron. It'll pull out other minerals, but you can put other minerals back in, just don't put back in the iron. You may also want to modify what you cook your food in, like if it's an iron skillet, for example, you might want to replace that. Also, check your supplements. I do not recommend consuming supplements with added iron, because you don't need to do that. If you want to get your iron and you're deficient, a little bit of red meat would be fine, or actually liver will be fine. But in the supplements, they're usually giving you the wrong type, and it can be a bit toxic over time. Also, if you drink a lot of alcohol or you're an alcoholic, that can exaggerate this problem even worse. Or if your food is fortified. Now, if you're doing the ketogenic diet, you're not doing grains, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you're new to my channel and you're consuming breads and pasta and grains, and you live in the US or Canada or the UK, those are fortified with iron, and that's pretty toxic. Anyway, I just wanted to create a video on red meat because it's not a simple answer. There's a couple parts to it. So